outcomes should be to Ubuntu server and the host operating system. 512 megabytes, my bare minimum recommendation for Ubuntu server. You'll need more memory if your LAMP server does any work. An internet connection, and you're going to need a DHCP server or some way for your Ubuntu server to get an IP address. Additional info would be what's new about the Ubuntu 12 and your Ubuntu server guide. In this section, I'm going to configure VirtualBox for an Ubuntu 64-bit server. This is relatively easy because VirtualBox makes most of the default settings for you as long as you choose the correct operating system that you are installing. Just follow New Machine Wizard and you should be okay. Click New, and welcome to New Virtual Machine Wizard. Next, and I'm going to give it a name. In this case, I'm going to call it Ubuntu LAMP 12 because I'm going to make this a LAMP server, but you can make whatever type of Ubuntu server you wish. And the operating system, Linux, and it says version Ubuntu, but let's make sure that we go to Ubuntu 64-bit because this is going to be a 64-bit server. If you choose Ubuntu, you're going to have different default settings than you would if you choose Ubuntu 64-bit. So make sure you get that 64-bit in there. Click Next, and it says 512 megabytes. I said that's recommended minimum, but I'm going to make this a 1024 megabyte or 1 gig. Click Next, create a new startup disk. Click Next. It says a minimum on that last page was 8 gigabytes, but we're going to increase that, and we're going to choose the default virtual disk image and dynamically allocate. Fixed size is faster, but it takes up more hard drive space. Dynamically allocated simply means that it expands to whatever you have considered as the 20 gigabytes. It will not take up 20 gigabytes of hard drive space. It would be dynamically allocated, start off with 3 or 4 and go all the way up if you continue putting software on to your server. And so pretty much everything is done. Once you have your new Virtual Machine Wizard, install file is from downloaded from Ubuntu. So to do that, you simply go set up the virtual, have the storage point to it, and just click Open. And so now it's located where it can be pointed to, and that will allow you to start your virtual machine and actually install Ubuntu. So click OK on there. The second thing is on the network, the same NAT address or IP address. So make sure this is set to bridge adapter so that when the virtual machine virtual server starts, it'll get an IP address from a DHC server or a router, and then we can make sure that the web server, the Apache web server, is working. So this is set to bridge adapter. Set this OK. And the next step simply is to start our virtual machine and install the software. In this section, I'm going to install Ubuntu LAMP server into a VirtualBox. We've already configured that, should be already set. So all we have to do here is highlight it, select Start. You can use the arrow key to come through there and simply click OK. Let's get rid of that. So again, it asks you for the